So yeah, let's see if it gets a bit more busy this time, because it was just hardly anyone in there. So thought I'd restart. Don't know what the hell was going on. Seemed to be something off with the algorithm or something, which weren't really pushing me out. Yeah. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well anyway. Let's see if it gets a bit more this time. Just keep chatting away, everybody. What's this? If we think and contemplate and ponder on things we can never really have answers for in this physical realm, then what does that mean for the meaning of life? Good question. I don't know, really. I mean, it's just like, maybe the meaning of life is just to wonder then, I don't know. Maybe the meaning of life is just to be curious and just try to figure itself out, to learn, to grow. I don't know. The thing is that people interpret things their own way. Maybe there isn't meant to be a meaning of life for every single person, but rather each person has their own meaning. It's like purpose as well, kind of the same sort of thing, as in, what is the purpose of life? What maybe everyone has their own reason to be here. So yeah, wonder or wonder. I mean, wonder is in with an O, as in to wonder about. I mean, I suppose both, but like wonder and wondering about things. I don't know, but then again, wondering can just lead to confusion, and the thing is that the more I wonder about things, the more I realise I don't know anything. That's the thing, it's like the more I think about what the hell, you're left with more questions than answers. So yeah, anyway, I hope everyone's well today. Hit that like button, everybody. Share the live and subscribe if you're new here. But yeah, just wonder. I was thinking the word wonderful, like full of wonder or something. Sorry guys, connection cut off again. So yeah. So I think we just have to kind of, we have to kind of like just not get too invested in anything, I would say, like, because we can ponder things, we can ponder like reality, but then we also have to be able to kind of just not get attached to any idea, because that could change depending on what evidence we have. Our perspectives can change. Wonderful. Oh yeah. That's the thing, is that you put an idea out there and someone can bounce an idea off that. That's why communication is good, because one idea can then, cause a light bulb to spark. And then you're like, oh, I've just had a eureka moment, It's like, it's good when you can do that. It gives you a new insight. So, but yeah, it's just like I said, we've got to not get attached or too attached to anything. I think that there's a healthy form of attachment, you could argue, in terms of like, if you're in a relationship and you love somebody, I think there needs to be a certain level of attachment, but then you have to also be like open to like that. What if like, let's say somebody could get sick and then pass away, that's shit can happen, It's just, you have to be able to be someone who can be open to that, and that you'll be fine if that kind of goes away. You have to be someone who's very much in the moment and just, not getting attached to outcomes of things, and just to appreciate everything for what it is. Hello, Desert Channel Explorers, how are you doing? Good to see you again. Yeah, so yes, you just have to really keep an open mind and just go with the flow, Because people will just, what happens is they then lose something that meant so much to them, but then they're devastated. Of course, you want to be like someone who, where it means a lot to you, but at the same time, you can find meaning in other things as well. You have to be able to find that balance. So yeah, thank you for joining me. Yeah, what are you up to today? Yeah, hope you're having a good one. Keep the chat flowing, everybody. So, hello, Agarai. Okay, day 60, really. Didn't really that many days, but anyway. You're sick? Oh no, that's not good. But yeah, just out looking at the moment, so yeah. Don't know if I'll be doing any workout today, but I'll see what I feel like later. Did a bit of stuff yesterday, but yeah. You've obviously got to not get too carried away, but sometimes though, like, I might feel a little bit sore, but then after, I've done a little workout, sometimes I actually feel better, weirdly enough. It's like kind of workout helps to get rid of the some of that lactic acid, or some of it just helps to speed up the recovery. So it can be a good thing if you do a little workout, even though it's like an active recovery workout, to help the blood flow into the muscles and help to get rid of lactate. So I was looking into like the immune system and stuff, and so I might talk about that more later, and how probiotics might be a good thing, but also in combination with prebiotics, because the problem is if you have like probiotics but then you're not eating fiber, then those probiotics can get depleted quite quickly. I suppose if you're having things like sauerkraut and stuff, there is fiber in that, but probably should be eating generally a moderate to high fiber diet as a way to kind of, but I've also heard that eating too much fiber might be counterproductive in some ways, but yeah, so fiber is very important. But yeah, prebiotic fibers, and that's going to help the immune system. About 70 to 80% of our immune system is in your gut, so that is quite a lot, So yeah. So if you want to try and avoid getting as sick, as they've found that symptoms of common colds can be reduced by improving this, stuff, immunity and stuff, and it reduces inflammation, and they could possibly reduce the risk of things like sicknesses and stuff like that. I've heard ginger's supposed to be good for like preventing being sick, I've heard. But it's an anti-inflammatory, so yeah. I've also heard turmeric, or turmeric, however you pronounce it. Yeah. Having some issues with some days not wanting to go to the gym. A colon upset stuck on doing an hour or two on the treadmill was sorted out. I mean, I've heard though that you don't want to do too much working out if you have a cold or something, because I would say it's more of a preventative, but when you're actually sick, you should probably rest up, because otherwise your body can actually be it could suppress your immune system temporarily. So it's probably a good idea to rest up when you're, when you're a bit foolish, and then that's what I would say anyway. So yeah, probably just try and rest up, and so you're not like just to get you over it quicker. Because when your cortisol is lower, then that's when your body can fight things better. You could try meditating and stuff as a way to speed up the recovery. Because meditation, sometimes one thing to do is try to get into that parasympathetic nervous system. So if you're trying to your immune system's going to be better off. Yeah, I would say if I said things like probiotics as more of so I might look into starting to take some of that stuff for general health. Some say that it might be good for things such as autism and stuff like that because of the gut-brain axis. Some say that the gut is the second brain. The gut-brain axis that you can improve your brain health by having things like fermented foods and stuff, sauerkraut, kimchi, that kind of stuff. Also, natto and tempeh as well, possibly. There's a lot of different fermented foods and different things to try, really, but maybe they should have recommended people take that during the 2020 virus, because I think that probably would have, in my opinion, would have helped people. There wasn't really a lot of dietary and health advice during that time, which I think is absolutely just not right. It's if we're really going through such a pandemic or something as they've made out like we were, then why wouldn't you be encouraging people to get fit, get healthy, eat a better diet? You know what I mean? There's a lot of evidence that these things can really help. Doing things like just cutting down on inflammatory foods, eating anti-inflammatory foods, things like fermented foods and stuff like that. So I'll have to look more into that, on how it has effects on the brain and stuff, and whether it can help improve symptoms of, say, like autism or ADHD and things like that, because if people can learn to manage these things better through that, then that could be a real game changer. And people might be able to get through their day better, because there's a lot of people who do struggle to function. So I'm not saying it's going to work for everybody, but what you want help with, Simple America #1. So just saying that we should be encouraging more healthy habits. Exercise is really good for the mental health as well, but I'd say that if they can get on the fermented foods and it gets them into a better mindset, and maybe that there's a synergistic effect where then that helps them to get onto they can start getting into exercise and stuff, and then that helps them to actually stay more consistent, and then they can reap more rewards from it all. But yeah, just yeah, we're outside. Yeah, there's the York City wall there. Can you see that? It goes all the way around the centre. But yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day. Share this out if you can. That would be really appreciated. So yeah, it's just about you making the right choices. You know, making good health choices. You know, eating lots of antioxidants. They're meant to help with your immune system and stuff. So obviously, there's only so much you can do. Some people are just going to be more susceptible to getting sick, but it's all about trying to just do the best that you can. Yeah. Obviously, some people do struggle with the diet and they're addicted to like processed foods and stuff. But if you at least take some maybe you take like a multivitamin or something like that, or take some supplements that help you get some antioxidants. Maybe you can just take some blended kind of like a proper blend of like superfoods and stuff. Not one of these kind of bullshit ones that are like, you know what I mean, like Athletic Greens or whatever bullshit, KG1. I mean, I think that's meant to be like some kind of bullshit. But then, yeah, I'm surprised they haven't like sued anyone for like calling them out or something. But it's like they're a proprietary blend, so you don't exactly know what quantity of the ingredients are, but they're trying to make out like it's some kind of superfood or some shit, and just charging you a whole bunch of money. It's just, in my opinion, a rip-off. What's that symbol? America #1. So we just should be trying to kind of, you know what I mean? Yeah, we just got to do the best that we can. Yeah, some people like eat junk food and all that, but you should probably at least try to incorporate some fiber and some healthy stuff in there. Try to balance out with some healthy stuff. In fact, if you eat fiber, that can actually suppress hunger apparently, because it sort of has some reckon it has a similar effect to GLP-1 agonists like semaglutides and things like Ozempic, for example. It's not going to be as potent of an effect necessarily, but some people reckon that it can blunt their hunger somewhat. So if you're in some some high fiber foods, so maybe some like whole grains and stuff like that, maybe some like vegetables that are high in fiber, whole foods generally are going to be good for that. It's going to mean that you're going to be less hungry for all this junk stuff, because there's only so much room in your stomach for stuff. So if your stomach's full and it's like, well, you can't eat any more even if you wanted to, you're just going to be so full. Hello, Espresso and Smana, how you doing? So you're not going to be able to eat any more food because your stomach is going to be so full from the healthy stuff. So it's probably better to look at adding in healthy foods. Instead of thinking of it as taking out junk food, think of it as adding in healthy stuff. Maybe adding in a piece of fruit or something. Maybe adding a smoothie. And the thing with fiber as well, some of the fiber actually can be good for your colon as well, and help to pass things through your colon. But like I said, at the very least, I think people should probably look into probiotics, whether it's a probiotic drink or whether it's fermented foods or something like that. Now, I don't take that, and I probably should start doing it. It could probably help with digestion and things like that, because good gut bacteria, yeah, that's good for helping to break food down. So if it's bacteria that, you know, it's going to help with like these fiber and stuff. It can, yeah, it's you know, it helps with gut dysbiosis and stuff. People can get bloating and stuff when they're yeah, people can get bloating from just eating a bad diet, basically. You don't want that sort of stuff, do you? It's not good. People can get gassy and upset stomachs and stuff, but I would recommend eating a variety of different kinds of food, but each to their own, I guess. But it's just about doing the best that you can. Not saying everyone's got to be perfect, you know. I do realise that nobody is perfect. Even those that make out they're perfect still have their, you know, vices and crutches or whatever. It's like they have their own kind of things that they, you know, that they kind of, you know, get into that are not necessarily optimal. Hello, Annie. I'm just about to get off for a bit. I might come back home after. Just got to do something real quick, but yeah, I'll see you all in a sec. All right.